Hey learners, welcome back. In the video series on the chapter Financial Statement of Companies, the topic that we are going to understand today is how to solve the practical problems related to the classification of liabilities into current or non-current liabilities. Now regarding the classification of assets, we have already covered up it in our last video. In case you have missed it, I shall put the link in the description box. Do check it before. And as of now, let's begin with the video. So here is the question. Let's read and understand. The question says, the operating cycle and the period when the payment is made is given below. How will you classify the liability? So what is this question all about? This question is about how do we classify a liability as current or non-current. So to solve these questions, we have two things provided to us. We are provided with the operating cycle and we are provided with the expected period when the payment is made. And we can see very clearly that we are provided with these datas for 6 different liabilities, right? Liability number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. This is what is provided in the question. Now let's talk about the solution. For solving these types of questions, we need to follow 2 steps. What are the 2 steps? Let's understand here. See, the following steps should be followed while classifying liabilities as current or non-current. What is the first step? Let's understand. If the period of payment of a liability is 12 or within 12, then such liability would be treated as current liability. Understood all of you? In the step 1, what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to check the expected period of payment of that particular liability. If it is 12 or less than 12, then automatically we can classify that liability as a current liability. We are not going to compare it with the operating cycle over here. The data given for the operating cycle is irrelevant in the first step. Now in case we see, talking about step number 2, in case we see that the expected period of payment of the liability is more than 12 months, then we are going to consider the operating cycle. How we are going to consider the operating cycle? We are going to compare both the datas. If the period of payment of the liability is less than the period of operating cycle, it is a current liability. If the period of payment of the liability is more than the operating cycle, then it is a non-current liability. Let's solve the question and then this concept would be more clear to you. So here we have the question with us, right? One by one we will be taking each of these liabilities and understanding what steps we have read just now. First step is that we are going to see whether the expected period of payment is 12 or less than 12 months or not. First liability, liability number 1. How much is the expected period of payment? It is 12 months. So this is qualifying itself as per the first step, because in the first step the expected period of payment has to be either 12 or less than 12. So this is 12, it is qualified, it has become a current liability. Moving on to liability number 2. Liability 2 also has expected period of payment 12 months. So this is also qualifying itself to be a current liability. See, we are not going to see the operating cycle for step number 1. Just hide all the operating cycle months. We are not going to see it. We are just going to compare it with the expected period of payment when it is made. Moving on to liability number 3, it is 13 months. Now 13 is more than 12. It is not qualifying in the first step. So we have to keep this on hold. So let's mark it. We are keeping this on a hold. Moving on to liability number 4. Liability number 4 has expected period of payment being made is 20 months. So this is also more than 12. Let's keep this on hold. Moving on to liability number 5. Liability number 5 also has expected period of payment more than 12 months. That means 16 months. So we are keeping this on hold. We'll look onto these liabilities in step number 2. Right now we are in our step number 1. Now coming to liability number 6. Liability number 6 has expected period of payment being made 12 months. So 12 months, this is qualifying as per step 1. Because step 1 we have to see 12 months or less than 12. So this is also qualified. So in step 1 what we can say, in step 1 or at the conclusion of step 1 we can say that liability 1, liability 2 and liability 6 has qualified themselves to be current liabilities. Let's check with the answer. Answers are also provided here. See, 1, 2 and 6 are treated as current liabilities at the end of step 1, and this is what we have also got. You can refer to the green ticks provided. Clear? Correct? Now we are done with step number 1. We shall move to step number 2. What is step number 2? We are going to compare it with the operating cycle. If the expected period of payment is less, it is current liability. If the expected period of payment is more, it is non-current liability. Let's check with this. Now after step number 1, which were the liabilities left over? We were left over with liabilities 3, liabilities 4 and liability number 5, right? So now we'll talk about only these 3 liabilities. 3, 4 and 5. Please keep in your mind, rest of the things I'm erasing it off so that the view becomes clear. So we'll talk only about 3, 4 and 5. Only this. Now let's check. We are going to check it with the operating cycle months. So over here, if we talk about liability number 3, liability number 3 has operating cycle 11 months and expected period of payment as 13 months. So 13 is greater, okay? 13 is greater than 11. That means expected period of payment is more than the operating cycle. So what do we conclude? We conclude that this is a non-current liability. I have written NC over here for liability number 3 so that we remember. Clear? Moving on to liability number 4. Liability number 4 has operating cycle month as 18 months and expected period of payment is 20 months. So over here also the expected period of payment is more than the operating cycle months. That means liability number 4 is also non-current. Right? Clear? How is it non-current? Because the expected period of payment is more than the operating period. Moving on to liability number 5, what do we see? We see that the operating cycle month is 18 months and the expected period of payment is 16 months. Over here we see a change. What do we see? We see that the expected period of payment is less than the operating cycle months. So what do we conclude? We can conclude that liability number 5 is current liability, because the expected period of payment over here is less than the operating cycle months. So see, this is what we have done. We have treated number 5 as current liability and we have treated liability number 3 and 4 as non-current liability, because there the expected period of payment was more than the period of operating cycle, and for liability number 5 the expected period of payment was less than the period of operating cycle. I hope it would be clear to you how to solve these types of sums.